Hey everyone, my name is Brent Stafford, and when I think about this topic, the book discusses the microaggressions, and I think about you know, if if you have any racism, if there's any racist, hidden things about you, then it's probably going to come out, and you're not going to be successful. You're going to be have clients that are part of the 50% that terminate. Um, So I think that's a given. Honestly, um, when working with minority clients, I think the first thing is you want to make sure they're relaxed and comfortable, and in a way that's you're going to do that is you're gonna feel relaxed and comfortable around a minority client. You know, um, some you got to act genuine, like you really truly care, and you're not nervous. You feel comfortable talking to them, and clients can, it's easy to pick up on that. Not just counseling, but when you're just talking to someone, you can tell if someone's comfortable or relaxed. Another thing I would think about is may sound a little silly, but the environment or your office environment. They want to feel safe and comfortable in your office and where you're doing your counseling. I know that kind of sounds silly, but I think that's very important. And also, I would avoid pictures and maybe pictures of your house, or maybe if you're wealthy, if you have plenty of money and you're a counselor, I would avoid maybe boat pictures and all these exotic getaways, and showing the client that maybe you have a lot of money, and maybe the client feels, hey, how can this counselor really understand me or relate to me, when he's lived the life, that we all want to live, and he's got all this money, and he was maybe born with a silver spoon, or you know lived at the country club. How can this guy relate to me if he's got all this money? So I would avoid a lot of family pictures and stuff of that nature, showing off, your money or whatever the case may be. So I would avoid that, and keep a safe, comfortable environment in the office or the counseling setting. Another thing is dressed. How are you dressed? I wouldn't overdress. I would look very professional as a counselor, obviously, but I wouldn't come out in a suit. I think that's a little too much, honestly, for a counselor. Some people may think it's professional, but I think maybe a suit would be too much. Um, some may think a tie may be too much, but I think it's up to the counselor. But I think the client needs to talk to someone who's maybe not so professional, or too dressed up. I think that's a big thing. Um, Being genuine. And I know I discussed this earlier, but actually having a desire to want to help the client, and the client picks up on this real easily within the first 5 to 10 minutes. You can tell if someone's really being genuine or fake. You don't want to be so over the top, fake, that you're not genuine. Um, and that's easy to pick up. And it's also easy to pick up on like the microaggressions, the different types of like I discussed earlier. The verbal comments that the client may question. Hey, does this guy have something against clients of different color? So um, and really starting from nothing and starting to build that counselor client relationship is the key. Maybe trying to find that common ground. With someone. Something you can talk about that's maybe not counseling. Talking about whatever your objective or your counseling goals are. Just talking about something with someone that you can relate to, and something that the client and the counselor can talk about, makes the client feel comfortable, and will probably help the client come back. and you know, starting to build that relationship is really the key, and you know, is whether minority clients or not. I think that's the big thing. So there's my little take on that. All right, hope you enjoy. Thanks.